Hey there, gorgeous. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for October 5th, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, it had better be relevant to your life, or else no. If it doesn't make sense, always let these fall away. Never force readings to fit your life. If you have questions about booking your own private session, reach out in the emails or find me on the social platforms and send me a DM. Ask what might be right for you, because I have a lot of services. And ask about pricing or sales or, I don't know, why is the sky blue? Science. Okay. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. We're going to lead this with choice. This is what just fell out and it's upright. So an entirely new phase, one that you're not necessarily walking away from. There's a lot of blue in these, invoking healing and invoking not running away. I love this. I think that the fact that this is flipped on its head and this is completely upright, I think that you know what your options are. I know what you see as happy, or not happy, healthy for yourself. And you're not really willing to shy away from it. This is big emotional and mental clarity jobs. So, great on the choice. I'm glad that you're not getting rocked by the waters. I'm glad that you're able to finally keep your feet on the ground. And I'm glad that you're able to, in a sense, while not running away, I'm glad that you're able to move on. We have something that is massively coming in, igniting your passion. It feels very intense, but I don't feel like this is a bad intensity. I feel like this is just what you need. And we have the Judgment. Something that you've set out for is coming to light right now, and this is still completely overwhelmed by the blue chakra, the fifth chakra. So the chakra of change, the chakra of truth, the chakra of voice. So, what about it? Hierophant, another 5. Yeah, look at that. Look at it. All right. I want you to look through everything that you have set out. I want you to either remember it or check through everything that you maybe have written down. I don't know if you do the moon intentions or whatnot. I don't know if you journal or anything like that. But the Hierophant is something coming out of you that I think is meeting this passion. The pyramids in the back are always about something that is beyond this lifetime, that has gone through eons, what have you. So this isn't coming out of nowhere. The truth is what you are feeling as closure. Okay. See how it goes from blue to gray? It's not really about, I feel like it's not about losing your voice. What is this? It's not a new beginning. This is not a new beginning. What is this about? The Queen of Swords is in reverse. Secrets. Secrets being revealed. Horrible boundaries. I think that this is talking about your pain. Oh, wow. Really? You have ridiculous amounts of emotional strength. Yeah. Time for you to start to put out what it is that you are healing. I think that you're afraid of the amount of control or your actions. I think that you're afraid of being cut off. But the thing is, you need to voice this. There's a lot of truth that needs to come out that is, I think it's a hurdle towards your not only destiny, but your happiness. And we have you getting on your throne. There's so much intimidation about what you want to say. And it also feels like you're afraid of maybe it's not the truth. Maybe this is all in your head, really? This is a hurdle that you got to get over. Stop gaslighting yourself. Listen, you have a lot to share, and I want you to share it too. So what needs to come out? You're going to be met with love and compassion. I think that's really what you're leaning on. But I also feel like you're afraid of the, what if that's not what I get? What if this is just a dream? What if this is just idealistic thought? You know, not everything is hunky-dory. Not everything is a Hollywood movie. But I think that's why this is so unexpected. It's not underhanded. It's just, it's not going to be something that rips your world apart. I think that you've had enough of that challenge. Stand your ground. This is really going to change things in your favor. I see you getting over this hurdle as not only some sort of wish granted, it is like a high five from spirit. Like, holy crap, you did it. I know how cheesy that is, but you know, this is really cool. So the decision turns into not only the closure that you needed, but the wishes that you had put out, that I wish it was like this. Guess what, babe? It's going to be like that. So really, it really is the Nine of Swords in that. You can worry all you want, but I need you to know you're punishing yourself needlessly, because that's not how it's going to be. It's not how the reality of this is going to be. So I actually want to get clarification on why that Nine of Swords is so harsh. Where do I want to go? Saints and angels. Okay. So we're going to see something about commitment. Okay. I want to clean the cards with this. Ooh. So the be brave. Okay. Maybe you need to pump yourself up. So when you speak out, when you either write it out, when you make the changes, when you voice or act in whatever needs to be voiced or act, that is a new commitment. And that fear is trying to hold you back from making such a commitment, because there is no turning back. There is no way to not know this about yourself or about life or about any of this. So this is saying you got to psych yourself up, because this and this, you're worried about how this is going to change everything. It's not as, it's not bad. It's definitely not as bad as you would think. The change is going to be the Nine of Cups. Closing on whatever this fear was. I think that you're going to be more agitated than anything about how long and how hard you were afraid of whatever these changes were going to be. Sorry, babe, your world is not ending. It's definitely not ending. If anything, this, the only thing that is ending is this chapter. I really see some sort of new life coming out of this. And I really feel like you are getting revitalized. It feels like all of that for this? Really? Yep. Yeah. It feels pretty dramatic. I'm not gonna lie. I know exactly why you just, it's either going to be really good or really bad, but don't worry about the bad. It's going to be really good for you. It's going to be such a relief. That weight that comes off your shoulders, that sense that you can breathe again. I think that you actually might have an emotional breakdown with this. Spirit is screaming in your face. It's like, just come on, let go. I got you. I got you. And you're like, but I can't swim. You don't have to swim in the water. You just stand up. Stand up. It's pretty dramatic like that. All right, so what? All right, You gotta, it's screaming in your face because you're about to make land. You're holding, you are holding everything up. You are not stilts. You're not pillars. That's not your lot in life. So to be fair, where have you held it back? Everything that you have held on to that you are so afraid of revealing, changing, even just dropping the burden of, it's holding on to the very thing that you don't want. What a way to find yourself in your own personal Hades, your own personal prison, and to be so afraid of escaping that. I feel like you're in your own personal hell and having a hard time digging your way out. So the 4 on that, stability and foundations, that aha, that light. Notice how I said before, digging your own personal hell and having a hard time digging your way out. You don't necessarily need to dig your way out of something like that. It's about genuinely, I think, connecting with your higher self, your higher power. It's not about the repercussions of all that has transpired. You know, the scales will be balanced regardless of what you do. But again, this is regardless of what you do. So I think that whole stop fighting against everything and just let yourself come up, let yourself float, let yourself be made light. This is where the balance is restored. And then I think also the faith and the what would be stepping in, and not only as protection, but as ability is coming in. So the higher power, it just feels like such a crazy polarity. Okay, I feel like I need to take from the top on this. So feeling like you can't make a decision yet. You're at it feels like you are being forced, but you're not at a fork in the road. All right, I want clarification on that. This isn't even about choice. There's no choice. There's no choice in this. You can't keep choosing to live in this kind of stuckness, this pain, this whatever it is, this point of deception, these stories that go along with you. I'm curious as to why this is so heavy. If you have stumbled across this, or if you watch this on the daily, what are you suppressing? What have you been weighing down? What did you tie with cinder blocks and throw into the stupid water? It's something that can't be buried. And it's not something that you have a choice in burying anymore. This about you is no choice. There is no choice. There's no change. This is part of the path. This is where you are in your path. So this is where everything is regenerated, started new. And I feel like this is the final embers of whatever it was that was being burnt to the ground in your life in a very figurative way. But now you have to kind of look at what, not necessarily the damage, but what the gravity of the situation has done. So, look at this. I'm really hooked on this particular card. The thing with, you know, everything just kind of burning, going up in smoke and down in flames. You think that it's destroying everything, but what was growing there, it didn't have any more to grow with. It didn't have any more nutrients. It didn't have anything that was going to move it forward. So sometimes when you have no more resources, it's important that you Start something new. And with this, when there is everything that is going down in flames, it revitalizes all of the foundation that it's on. As dramatic as it seems, it revitalizes the foundation and something new can be made there. This is, again, very figurative. I'm not condoning any sort of illegal acts. I'm just putting that out there as a disclaimer. Don't be that person. Okay. What do your angels want to tell you about this? Again, this is involving children. Please check out the mini messages. So, some of you might be having a baby, and by that I mean, hey, congratulations on having a baby. But I feel like if you've come across this, it's about getting that playful sense back to you, getting that, hold on. I want clarification on that. Trust. No, I'm not using this deck for that. Magical messages from your fairies. Tell me, what the heck is this child card about? You. Be yourself. All right, so listen, come out. Come out wherever you are. I don't care if you're coming out of the closet. I don't care if you're coming out of the broom closet. I don't care if you're coming out of the treasure chest. But there's some aspect of you that needs to be unsealed. This is highly important for you. You have denied so much of something so important of yourself that this is exactly what needs to come out through the regeneration. Maybe you are doing some child retrieval. Great. I know exactly what that's like. A lot of, the people I work with, they know what that's like. You need to be yourself. And you need to stop rejecting some very positive and important aspects of yourself. I think that you've been hitting the ground running too hard, constantly chasing the horizon, maybe even taking yourself too seriously, maybe even taking yourself too far in other people's standards and projections. But you got to get you back. You got to forsake all of that, everything that they have ever told you about yourself. And you have to dig in deep and actually have your self-discovery. I don't care if this changes, just the way that you drink your water in the morning, or I don't care if it changes your entire life. I care about you. I care about your well-being, and I want you to actually authentically come out in this. You, everything that you want is on the other side of this hurdle. There is nothing about yourself that you need to hide, that you need to be ashamed of, that you should have been ashamed of in the first place. All of this has had a very negative reaction on whatever the output was, and it really drowned out some of the potential of the things of the past. But the great thing about that is the past is over. And things from the past that are popping up now were actually things that have been locked away, and they're bubbling to the surface now because of the work that you've done, because the things have been clicking into place and the monumental work that you have done. So now, whatever it was, remember, tossed in the water, cinder blocks, all that, that's coming up now. I think that you should unwrap it. I think that this is something that you shouldn't just simply deal with, but really look into. I think that this is a huge attribute to what is the new version of you. Not that the old version was a lie. You did the best with everything that you had. I think that's very admirable. And you stuck in. That's very admirable. But now, with what you are calling back in, this is a whole new level to you. And I really, really, really feel like you're going to have this weight and this pressure off of your entire being. So this, you're being restored. Not the you that you lost all those years ago. That person meeting the wisdom and the experience that you have now, when these two fuse together, it creates something of a phoenix. What does it look like? Something that rises above everything, something that knows its history and where it's come from. So I want you to look at your ideals for this life, your ideals about yourself, your ideals about what you have towards other people. Is this really you? Is this something that you thought should be you? Is this something that was programmed from either peers or your environment to be you? Whatever is authentically you, and I think that you'll find that as you strip everything away, what's authentically you and what the program you was is going to be different. But the real you is genuinely shining through right now. These layers that you have kept hidden are going to be revealed. And it's not something that you need to reject or be embarrassed about. This is actually a huge highlight of you. So, following this advice, incense gone out again. That I fully blame on you. That's your fault, and I'm sticking to it. What? All right, you. Following the advice of this reading, because I kind of feel like I'm momming you to death on this, what do you need to know? What is the likely result? You're getting over your fear of rejection, your fear of abandonment. You're getting over your hardships. I really want to hug you with that. I think that that's so awesome. Congratulations. And another 5 at that. So much change is happening. I know that you're strong, but you don't always have to be strong. It doesn't always have to be the art of sacrifice. I think that you're really giving up this need of sacrifice. That is part of the old paradigm, the old storyline. This doesn't need to follow you. Honestly, I want you to be happy. Tower moments, baby. Wait, yeah, tower moments. All right. Too many cards fell out, so I'm just going to put them back in. You're being really aligned to your purpose. This is all part of purpose for you. I think that you're also going to have new memories surface, new downloads. I also think that you are jumping ship when it comes to unhealthy situations and communications, also lies, secrets. You're jumping ship on all that. You're really getting over anything that is karmic. You're not entertaining it. And what's this? Oh, with all this masculine energy, it would be easy to say that you're so hard with all of this. Like, you know, we're just going to deal with it. We're going to put up. We're going to do this, that. No. Babe, sometimes you just need to be held. And the most progressive or empowering, there we go, way through this is simply compassion and love and gentleness. Isn't it crazy that with everything that has made you so strong in life, what really shows your strength is despite everything, you never lost your heart. I think that's so empowering, so beautiful and admirable. So we have things that are out of order in your life. You're giving a heave-ho to all of it. You're not going to be controlled by anybody or anything. You're free. And you are empowered, and you are making very active choices in what is going to be acceptable around you. You're not going to entertain dead situations or relationships or ideals. So really, this is beautiful. And I'm very happy for you. And I'm sending you so much love. My dear, if you have questions about booking your session, your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, and intense. So go ahead and reach out in the personal messages. Ask about services, pricing, and availability. Do not forget to include your time zone. I really look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe, have fun, and just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. I'm struggling to get this message out. This is take 3. The wording I'm having trouble with. I've already shuffled it. I've already got them out. I was thinking maybe I should put the cards back, but I really don't feel like I should in this. I feel like this is a really important message. Okay, so these were all on their keister. Okay, this is the initial card that came out. It's an end of cycles. It's so much worse in your head than it actually is. And this is losing passion. I feel like you're constantly throwing yourself into either a learning process or a new life path or some sort of identity change. Constantly seeking outwardly when you really, really need to look inwardly about this. None of these aspects that you're going after is wrong, but this is something that you already have inside of you. So this is, instead of constantly leaping and seeing what you can add more and be more and I guess just stack it on top of each other in your life as if that you're not enough in yourself, why don't you look and try and see what the absolute core of that is? This is all masculine energy. It's an issue with putting yourself out there. It's an issue with voicing yourself. It's an issue with taking a step forward. Whatever you are constantly chasing on the outside, you're not going to find it because it's not something that is actually outside. This is something that is genuinely in you, the sense of either not enough, inferiority, whatever the case may be for you. I'm not saying that you are less than or not enough or any of those things. This is a really core feeling, and I don't like that you feel like you have to walk around like you're trying to shield something about yourself. I feel like it's also pointing to this need to keep people at about an arm's length away because you're afraid of having them see something about you that they wouldn't like, and that is a huge projection. There's something about you that it's not that you don't like it, but it's something that you've made to feel insecure about. These boundaries, this bit of distance, it's become a barrier to knowing the real you. I feel like underneath all of this, you are going to find that core wound, and that's going to be something that you need to heal, and that's going to be a process. So I think that it's time to actually start seeing at what you're trying to protect about yourself rather than constantly doing like a distraction on the outside. I really hope that that made sense, but I also hope that you see yourself more than how you see yourself now. You're worth it. Hey, if you're coming across this, chances are you need a spirit message. But it's going to be about change, and it's also going to be about faith. It's going to be about beliefs. It's going to be all about you. And wouldn't you know it? So, hey, how's it going? This also might be dealing with you and changing commitments. Something that you need to share. We're going to see. It's all depending on the cards that come out. And well, ooh. Okay. All right, you. Out with it. You're over a karmic situation. I think that this is somebody who you have not invested your all into, either that or this is a connection that has been incredibly challenged because there hasn't been a mutual investment. It is a very karmic situation. It also feels like it is judgment time. So you're about to see some really funky things happen in these connections in your life. I see something that is, it looks like a repetitive cycle and patterns in relationships. This might be an on again, off again, or somebody who keeps coming up from the past. This is somebody who you do not see eye to eye with. And I think that they've probably been keeping tabs on you, either on the social platforms, on whatever it is that you could be connected to. But there is this need for them to kind of check in on you. It doesn't mean that they are it, that they are the one or somebody that you should keep around in your life. But it also doesn't mean that they are horrendous. This might just be something about codependency being projected onto you. So whatever this is, the Two of Cups, it feels like it's oddly enough pretending to be the Two of Cups energy, and when it's genuinely a karmic situation that you're well over and that somebody is just stuck on. So what I see is a passionate offer being offered your way, but the substance underneath, I'm not really that convinced over. So let's see, what is this reverse Two of Cups about? Dude, that it's just not, somebody is not done. They still have something that they want to say. Either that or they want to present you with. They feel like this connection isn't over. As long as it's not violent, toxic, or what have you, see what you feel about it. But I really don't feel like there's anything more that you need to rehash with these particular people in your life. I know that you need to kind of start putting your voice of importance out there and make sure that you're being heard, because I don't think that they're getting the drift on it. I don't think that they're hearing you in this, and I don't want you to feel like you have to just kind of keep giving to this particular energy. Cut the cord. Hey there, lovely. If you're coming across this, chances are you're holding something back. This is a general collective reading, so never force these to fit your life. I'm using Wisdom of the Oracle. What do you need to know? Yeah, you're holding something back. You're not really happy with where things are going right now, are you? And your views on happiness are changing. And it also feels like maybe you're tired of missing out on the opportunity, because this, whatever you are holding back, is really holding back not necessarily the idea of your life, but your happiness. So what is this? Okay. You're ready to come dancing out of, well, your hiding spot. These are all in reverse except for the poised. Oy vey. What is coming back together? You're stuck. Either that or somebody is stuck. Do you feel like a chance has been missed? Somebody feels like they lost an opportunity with you, or you feel like you keep losing opportunities. Something is coming together right now from behind the scenes, and honestly, your mindset, I think, is the most powerful thing right now. Okay, so this is one of three things. Either you're not over somebody and you feel the connection coming back, which, as long as it's not toxic, as long as it's not abusive, do your thing. I'm not one to judge. If this is somebody not over you, I think that you've been feeling their energy. However, I really, really, really want to say that your mindset, your intentions are your most powerful piece with this. And you're done with missing opportunities because you haven't been expressing yourself fully. You know what doesn't make you happy. You have an idea of what would make you happy, which I see that that's what you're really leaning into, even though it's uncomfortable. So the reason why I say you know exactly what makes you unhappy is because look at that, blessed is in reverse. At least you know what you're not. So you know what to hold at arm's distance in here. So what's coming together? You're not quite sure yet, but I want you to actually use your imagination. It really is your imagination with this. I really want you to see what you can create just based off of everywhere you have been before, mentally, emotionally, physically, even spiritually. You don't have to know the landing point, but you do have to be aware of cycles that you absolutely do not want to repeat. Crap, this ran over. Now you'll see this in the add-on, the mini reads at the end of the daily insight on life and love. What are you going to do? I don't feel the need to have this go beyond, this. We're not going to do a 6-minute 1-2 part, so. Hey there, lovely. I'm being pulled to 2 decks, but we're going to use the magical messages from your fairies first, and then we're going to use saints and angels. We're going to see what comes out. So if you've stumbled your beautiful way across this, what is a message that you need to hear? Well, you want to know what, babe? It's going to involve the love life. All right. So as long as this is non-abusive or toxic, what do you need to know about your love life? Healing, healing, heal. Dear future partner, you're welcome. Dear reconciling partner, you're welcome. All the healing work that you have done you're kind of hot. And it's not even just physical. You're mentally, spiritually, energetically hot. Oh yeah, children's a major part of this, which you have to be very patient with yourself. Okay, we can look at this as either they have kids or you have kids, or kids are already somehow involved in this, or you're doing your generational healing. I'm getting that your wish is granted. Great. I feel like this is really healing all of these traumatic events in your life. I actually have been seeing this in personal readings and self and collective readings. So this is really, it's not entertaining. It's, ooh, what just fell? Oh. You're ready to move on with love. You're ready to experience real love through all the healing that you have done. Life is moving you and something is being activated in you. You know, I do these like affirmations and gratitudes, not only with self, I do it with clients and I do it with peers. And this is something that you can actually really call into existence. So I think that you're doing a lot of work and you are activating something that has been dormant for a very long time. Yeah, you're healing. What you're doing is no small feat, not by any measure. You are not only discovering the value of yourself as love, but just how deserving you are of love and just how worthy you are of the love, healed love, the compassionate and serving love, and the one that actually is consistent and healthy and thriving in your life. You deserve relationships on all forms that are not only progressive, but are mutually respectful and harmonious. It's not without its challenges, but you guys will be facing the challenge together, not really opposition to each other. So, congratulations on your healing. I can really appreciate that about you. Hey there, beautiful. If you're coming across this, there's an archetype that you're working with that we need to find out about. Femme Fatale has made a grand appearance, but it was in reverse. I wasn't necessarily feeling to pull it out. It's about this false sense of seduction or being that wounded creature. I don't really know how I feel about that right now. We're going to see what's coming out. We have the Midas touch. So everything that you are touching turns to gold. Great. Awesome. Congratulations. Imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate signs and constraints. Lover is also in reverse. Obsessive passion and that harms others, and self-destructive devotion. So this is actually talking about, what I see is this false sense of power, the end-all be-all of relationships, and what is being seen as passion. There's this underlying feeling of obsession. Is this the kind of partnership that you are drawing in? Is this what's going to win you over? Somebody who is obsessed? I think that this is something that needs to be healed, because there is something that is very learned that is toxic. And I'm not saying crap about you, because, I mean, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be stuck in that kind of dynamic. So we have the Hermit upright. Okay. This is what you were constructed to believe, but we have the Hermit and the Exorcist, which is freeing you from that very destructive pattern of relationships. These are the ones where it actually gets to a point of issues with safety. And I see that whatever the mindset has been on what's real love or what's in the throes of passion, you're really starting to put in check and see it for what it genuinely is. And I think that you've probably had either a stretch from relationships, like maybe some distance and connection in your life, or you've decided to put relationships on the back burners altogether so that you can actually learn what's healthy and non-healthy behavior in it. And whatever you are coming back in with, it feels grounded and it feels very soothing, actually. So this isn't somebody that you can't live without. This is somebody who you want to share this space with. this is going to be a learned process. So even if it's not occurring with somebody right now, the healing that you're doing is going to bring in the proper partner for you. So congrats on your healing. It's not any light feat. And actually with this, all that you do touch will turn into something very solid and potentially gold. Hey there, gorgeous. What is happening? How is life treating you? I am in upstate New York, and this is a beautiful yet kind of rainy day. And I can appreciate that. What do you need to hear if you've found your way to this message? Wise seeing, wise action, wise cracks. Intuition. Man, oh man. A lot of insightfulness. The owl is the bringer of death. And not literally, figuratively. So, hey, something has finished that figurative cycle in your life, which I can totally dig. We have the rejoicing in the present. Are you learning to fall in love with yourself? Unnecessary fear, rejoicing in the present. What's that unnecessary fear about? Infinite possibilities. No, I feel like I got all the cards here. Okay, so here we are. And as I looked at the clock, it was 1:11. Awesome. That might mean something for you. So you literally can do whatever you want with this life. It is truly your a la carte. And for some reason, that idea of all of its possibilities, I think that you're seeing the fear that was beforehand, like, oh, if I choose the wrong thing, if I choose to plug into the wrong energy, if I choose to go on this really abrupt timeline, you're not really a time hopper. You are somebody who's really getting out of fear mode. So this is the death of fear, illuminating what your gut, your intuition is telling you and using it as the navigator as you should. So it's not just your mind, it's not just your heart, it is the link between all of it. Well, also the gut's kind of below the heart now, isn't it? So with that, I'm kind of going to go with the entire chakra line, every single one of them. Every single one plays their part in you. It's not you getting locked into your head. It's not you getting lost or enmeshed in this field of emotions. It's truly about you and letting something go to rest. It's so exhausting living your life through fear. So I think that you're going to learn to really trust your alignment and just start to pick things that bring you back to life. So while this is learning how to stay in alignment, I think that you're just purely done and tired with being afraid. It's not the way to lead your life, so follow your bliss and light your own way.